Sarah's quest for the lost melody. Once upon a time, in a quiet village named Melodia lived a young girl named Sarah. Sarah loved music more than anything. Every day, she'd sit by her window and listen to the birds' songs, the trees whispering, and the melodies carried by the wind. One day, she heard a tale of a lost melody that had the power to bring joy to the entire world. Sarah decided she would find this tune. She hadn't walked far from her home when she met a parrot. "Where are you headed, Sarah?" chirped the parrot. "I'm on a quest to find the lost melody," replied Sarah. "Can I join you?" the parrot asked. "Of course," exclaimed Sarah. "Together, we'll find it faster." And so, they moved forward, hop, skip, jump, hop, skip, jump. As they ventured further, they came across a fox. "Hey, Sarah, what brings you here?" inquired the fox. "I am seeking the lost melody," Sarah responded. "Mind if I join?" the fox questioned. "Of course not." "The more, the merrier," smiled Sarah. On they continued, hop, skip, jump, hop, skip, jump. Soon after, they were approached by a rabbit. "Hey, there, Sarah." "Where to?" the rabbit curiously asked. "I am searching for the lost melody," said Sarah. "I'd like to help," replied the rabbit. "Welcome aboard," cheered Sarah. The trio, now a quartet, marched on, hop, skip, jump, hop, skip, jump. Their journey led them to a calm lake where they found a turtle sunbathing. "Hello, Sarah. What brings you to my peaceful lake?" asked the turtle. "I'm on a mission to find the lost melody," she explained. "May I join?" "The lake has been a tad too quiet lately," the turtle pondered. "Absolutely. Let's find it together," Sarah responded. Together, the group moved ahead, hop, skip, jump, hop, skip, jump. As the evening drew near, they encountered a wise old owl. "Sarah, it's getting late." "What are you searching for?" the owl hooted. "The lost melody, Mr. Owl," Sarah answered. "I've heard tales of it," said the owl. "Join me on this tree tonight. Perhaps my old tales can help you on your quest." Gratefully, Sarah and her friends settled for the night. Sarah realized that finding the lost melody wouldn't be as simple as imagined. But with her newfound friends, she felt a renewed sense of hope. They shared stories, sang songs, and laughed under the starlit sky, waiting for dawn and the next chapter of their adventure. Part 2, The Clues and the Cave. With the first rays of the morning sun, the owl began to share his tales. "I once heard of a cave," he said, "where music comes alive. Perhaps the lost melody is hidden there." Sarah was intrigued. "Where can we find this cave, Mr. Owl?" "Deep within the whispering woods," the owl replied, pointing his wing to a dense, distant forest. Thanking the owl, Sarah and her friend set off for the whispering woods, hop, skip, jump, hop, skip, jump. As they entered the forest, the trees seemed to hum a soft tune. The parrot tried to mimic it, the fox tapped his tail, the rabbit thumped a rhythm, and the turtle swayed. Sarah felt they were on the right path. Suddenly, the rabbit shouted, "Look! A trail of musical notes." Sure enough, shimmering notes were floating in the air, leading them deeper into the forest. They followed the notes until they reached a clearing with a large, ancient-looking stone. The stone had engravings of musical instruments and a riddle. To find the cave where melodies play, one must dance in a very special way. Asterisk, asterisk, turn to the beat, jump to the song. Asterisk, asterisk, when you get it right, it won't be long. Asterisk, Sarah thought for a moment. "We have to dance to the rhythm of the forest to reveal the cave." The fox was the first to try. He twisted and turned, but nothing happened. The rabbit hopped around, and the parrot fluttered, mimicking the forest songs. The turtle, though slow, swayed gracefully to the tune. Yet, the cave remained hidden. Feeling a little disheartened, Sarah sat on the stone and started humming a tune, a mix of all the melodies she'd heard so far. The parrot joined in, singing along, the fox and rabbit tapped their feet, and the turtle swayed from side to side. Suddenly, the stone beneath Sarah started to move. It slowly slid away, revealing a hidden staircase going underground. They had unlocked the entrance. With excitement and caution, Sarah and her friends descended the steps. The path was lit by glowing crystals, each pulsating to a musical note. They reached the bottom and found themselves in a vast cavern filled with stalactites and stalagmites. Each rock formation seemed to resonate with a different musical note. In the center of the cave stood a grand stone podium with a beautiful, ancient-looking flute placed on it. Enchanted, Sarah walked over and picked it up. As she blew into the flute, a pure and magical melody filled the cave. It was unlike anything they had ever heard. The lost melody. The cave lit up, and the walls danced with joy. The animals in the forest above stopped to listen, drawn to the beautiful tune. Sarah and her friends danced and celebrated their discovery. However, Sarah felt something. With the melody came a memory. A tale that the melody was not just meant to be found, but to be shared. With the flute in hand and her friends by her side, Sarah knew their journey wasn't over. They had to bring the melody back to Melodia and perhaps even beyond. With their spirits high and the magical tune in their hearts, they climbed back up the stairs, ready for the next chapter of their adventure. Part 3. Sharing the Song. Sarah and her friends emerged from the Whispering Woods with the magical flute and the lost melody. As they stepped out, the entire forest seemed brighter and more vibrant. Birds chirped louder, flowers bloomed more vividly, and the wind carried the tune far and wide. But the group's journey wasn't over. They wanted to bring the melody back to the village of Melodia. On their way back, they met various animals and villagers drawn to the enchanting melody. A bear who had never danced began to waltz. A sad old man started to smile and tap his foot. The power of the melody was clear. It brought joy and unity. When they reached Melodia, they were met with surprised and curious faces. The villagers had never heard such a tune before. Gathering in the village square, Sarah, with her friends beside her, played the flute for everyone. The entire village came alive. Children danced, adults clapped, and even the elders, who had forgotten the joys of music, swayed to the rhythm. The magic of the lost melody had turned the village into a festival of joy and togetherness. News of Sarah's discovery and the magical melody spread to neighboring villages. People from far and wide came to listen. And every time Sarah played, the magic repeated. Laughter, dances, and an atmosphere of celebration. One day, an old woman approached Sarah. She introduced herself as Grandma Melody, the guardian of ancient songs. She said, "Sarah, this melody was lost because people had forgotten the importance of sharing and unity. Music is not just to be heard, it's to be felt and shared." Sarah understood. Instead of just playing the melody, she decided she would teach everyone who wanted to learn. This way, the lost melody would never be lost again. With the help of her friends, she set up a school. The parrot taught singing, the fox taught rhythm, the rabbit taught dancing, the turtle gave lessons on patience and listening, and Sarah taught the flute. The village of Melodia became a hub of music and learning. People not only came to listen, but to learn and share. Melodia transformed into a place where every day was a celebration. One day, while teaching a class, Sarah realized something. The melody wasn't just in the flute, it was in every laughter, every clap, every dance, and every heart in Melodia. The real magic was not just finding the tune, but sharing it. Years passed. The story of the girl who sought the lost melody became a legend. But more than the adventure, the message stood out, the magic of unity, sharing, and the joy of music. With gray hair, Sarah still played the flute, but now she had an orchestra with her. Every person, every animal, every tree, and every breeze in Melodia joined in her song. And so, in a village named Melodia, the lost melody found its home, and in the hearts of its people, it found its purpose. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe for more interesting stories.